Welcome to the Beantown Beatdown. Matthew Barris here.
Gabe Shamus.
Yep, and we're back. Our New England Patriots are the Super Bowl champions.
Woo!
Yes. And also, Jermaine.
It was definitely a game. I heard people all across the area being like, oh man, I don't know if I want to keep watching this. You know, like we're down, we're gonna lose.
Yeah. Also, I had a Down East cider before the game, and I was only allowed to have one beer. So, but since then I've been clean sober for 2 weeks. Don't worry, around April I'll be back to drinking again. My mom made the exception for me, so thank you, Mother. And now we're going to get into our first debate. What are our thoughts on karate being an Olympic sport? Because as we all know, karate will be an Olympic sport in the 2000...
Some of us don't know, actually. So.
Oh, okay. Well, karate will be an Olympic sport in the year 2020, and that will be held in Tokyo, Japan. So Gabe, what do you think?
Right. Well, that's fascinating. I didn't know it was in Japan, and so that's a, to me that's another twist on the whole thing. It's like it's going back to some of the roots of martial arts. Is in those countries. So I think if fencing and archery can be part of it, then yes, why not karate? People have been doing it for a long time, and we might not like watch it as a sport here in America or like partake in it that much, but but parents have been sending their children to karate classes here for decades now.
Well, yeah, and I've always said, there's no way like a karate tournament is gonna sell tickets in Madison Square Garden unless you have like Ralph Macchio and Chuck Norris going at each other.
Right.
But also there's also different types of karate. Like for example, there's kumite, and no, it's not the thing in Bloodsport, Van Damme movie. No, kumite is a Japanese karate tournament. It's mostly Kyokushin, which is another style of karate. Okay. And they go at it, and it's almost full contact. It's as close to full contact as it is. The only thing is you can't punch to the face.
Okay.
No, you can kick to the face, but you can't punch to the face, which is kind of bullshit. But you can like land body punches and kicks and stuff like that.
Right.
Francisco Filio, who a former K1 kickboxer, he's a Kyokushin master, and I actually saw highlights of him doing the kumite, and he was badass.
Yeah. Nice. Anyway, so yes, it might not be a sport that brings tickets, to an event, but this is the Olympics. The Olympics are, a very different type of sport. The Olympics are, the whole range of sports, and as they said in Portlandia, even the outcast sports.
Well, yeah, and plus
the Olympics.
Well, yeah, and plus the sport of Muay Thai, Muay Thai kickboxing is also being considered for the Olympics as well.
Oh, so that would be fascinating. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, that would be awesome because Muay Thai is the highest form of striking of any martial art. I mean, that's why they call it the science of 8 limbs. You got 2 fists, 2 elbows, 2 knees, 2 shins. I mean,
yeah.
And plus, all I know is if Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is still around in the UFC, I mean, by 2020,
right? I
say go into the Olympics. I mean, there's some good karatekas in the UFC who would be good for the for the Olympics. There's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, there's Lyoto Machida, Sage Northcutt. Trying to think of any. Well, I would say George St. Pierre, but he's retired. But Michelle Waterson, of course, the karate hottie. Yeah.
So I mean that's a whole other thing. If we could get people who have seen them in the UFC or in these combat sports, do you think they would bring them over to the Olympics if they were in it?
Oh yeah, and plus the ones who are doing karate now, who are doing just doing tongue tied.
Yeah.
Just doing straight karate.
Right.
Those can come over to mixed martial arts.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, just like Ronda Rousey in judo, or Kayla Harrison, who's going to be fighting soon for World Series of Fighting. It's after they do the Olympics in karate, they come on over to MMA, get in an MMA gym, learn some jiu-jitsu, some Muay Thai kickboxing, and they'll be straight.
Right. Totally.
Absolutely. And now we're going to get into our second debate, which is which reality star would we fuck, marry, and kill? This is our first fuck, marry, kill.
Yes.
And there'll be plenty more to come. And plus, it's Valentine's Day today, so why not? So, Gabe, which reality star would you fuck?
Oh, you're going to start with me?
Yeah, sure.
You're the one who had your whole list lined up. Maybe we should start with you.
Well, I want my mine's is good, but I want mine's to be a surprise, and plus it's very big.
Okay, all right. Well, as I told him, I'm not as into the whole reality TV scene, but I have definitely watched some things here and there. Let's see. So, okay. Marry or kill. Oh yeah. So I am very sorry with what happened to Kim Kardashian, and respect to her on that. But one of the Kardashians is gonna go.
Oh, okay. One of the Kardashians.
They are so annoying to me otherwise, and I heard them talk about this on the Young Turks as well. We can. I respect Kim Kardashian and what she's been through, but oh my God, are the rest of them just so mundane and so that's not the word. They're just annoying, on that show. And I've tried, I know about it, but I've made sure not to watch it because I do not want to be dragged into that shit.
So which one of the Kardashians would you kill? Kim, Kourtney, or Khloe?
Right. So that's the thing. I can't kill Kim now, not after this has happened.
Yeah.
Plus, she actually went on NPR's Wait Don't Tell Me, and some people were upset about that, but she did an okay job considering who she is.
So which
so it wouldn't be her, but Khloe or
Kourtney.
What's something that you see as the difference between them?
Kourtney's a little more chill, down to earth. Especially now because she's a mom. She rarely ever gets upset. Khloe, she's more the wild one, outspoken. She has a temper, which is why I love her, because I have a temper too.
Okay, yeah.
Hulk mad!
Hulk smash. Right. Well, so sorry, but through process of elimination, I think it does actually have to be Khloe.
Damn. So which? Okay. So which?
So
which reality stars would you fuck and marry?
Right. All right. So the marry one's gonna be really hard. I don't know. Let's see. Who was? Because there was one of the bachelors that I remember. He was actually pretty handsome, and Saturday Night Live did a whole skit about how he's that, the Bachelor's actually bland man, and they're usually not that interesting given how many women are like fawning over them. So, but yeah, one of the more recent Bachelors was very handsome recently. So,
yeah, I don't watch The Bachelor either. So.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry, we're out on that one. But let's see. Okay, yeah, there's this nice and rugged guy on Survivor. I would definitely fuck him.
Oh, wait, is that the one that was in that one that later on from the first season? The one who later on had tax problems and.
No, because I didn't watch the first season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then it was actually it was between the Survivor guy and this one on what's the one with like the head of household and the Big Brother.
Yeah.
Big Brother. So I actually played a game of Big Brother with some friends of mine. Yeah. Anyway, so there's this guy. Jason on season 9 of Big Brother, and it was between fucking or marrying him, because he's one of the first out guys on there, and it was during a relationship season, so he did get paired up with this girl, but they just were sassy together. So, anyway, I definitely it was between fucking him or marrying him, but I think I'll fuck the guy on Survivor, have some nice jungle romance there, and then marry Jason from Big Brother.
Oh, okay. And for my list of who I would fuck, marry, kill, reality edition. I would fuck Natalie Nunn from the Bad Girls Club. Yep, the one who in my dream fucked you in the ass.
Thanks for bringing that up again.
By the way, she's pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like last year she was pregnant with a baby, and then she lost the baby, and now she's pregnant again. She's having a baby girl. I mean, she is a total mean bitch if you ever see her on that show. But
right.
Hopefully a baby will kind of chill her the fuck out.
Right.
I mean, I'd still fuck the shit out of her, even though she's a bitch. Let's see. One I would marry, I'd have to go with Karen Gravano from Mob Wives. From the first season, I loved her. Also, she's down with the swirl. Yeah, she's
gotcha.
Yeah, her daughter's half black and half white, and she last time I was watching Marriage Reality Boot Camp. She was married to not married, but she was with her boyfriend Storm from the show, and they were kind of going through some rough patches.
Right.
But also it'd be nice to come home to some good Italian dinner.
Yes, that it would.
Yes. And as for which reality star I would kill, no big surprise for you, Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms.
Yes.
Also, she's getting sentenced next week, so we'll hopefully find out if she goes to jail or not.
Yeah.
And you know what? Actually, I thought of this interesting way I would kill her. Like, remember?
Of course you did.
Well, remember the first Basic Instinct movie where, in the beginning, like, Sharon Stone is fucking the shit out of this dude and ties him to the bed, and as she's fucking him, she pulls out the ice pick and stabs him.
Yeah.
Well, I would do the opposite of that. Like, first, like, with Abby Lee Miller, I would fuck her pussy first. And, face doggy style. Face down, ass up. And then I would afterwards tie her to the bed, and I would fuck her in the ass. And as I'm fucking her in the ass, and right before I come, just slit her throat, just like, oh my god.
Oh Oh my god, that's horrendous.
Oh, what? Nobody likes her. Fuck her. We don't need her on the planet anymore.
True.
I'd be
Well,
doing
that's
those,
very detailed,
plus, I'd be doing all those kids and all those moms a favor.
Well, yeah. So fascinated
Yes.
there.
So now we're gonna get into what is it? Get over yourself, or is it macho doesn't mean this?
Get over yourself.
Okay, get over yourself. So Gabe, take it away.
All right. So yeah, once again, I'm gonna go into get over yourself because I think that that once again people don't know what that means or why we should do it. We're in a society together, right? And all these. You can say that like some of these rules and these laws are bullshit. I can agree with that, but really, like the when you're in court as a defendant, what are they assessing? If you've done something dangerous, they're like, are you a danger to yourself or others, right?
Right.
And that type of thing. And can you be I went to one of those hearings. Can you be trusted on your own custody or something like that? Meaning, can we trust you to handle yourself? And that's all, and with the idea of building, a society of you either contribute or help people or find your own way to survive and make some sort of living or some sort of contribution. And if not, especially if you're going to hurt someone, then we can't trust you yet. And so anyway, obviously I appreciate that the idea of rehabilitation more than like just lock them up forever, because that never solves anything either. But yeah, whenever one of these laws is inconvenient and you want to strike out, just get over yourself. Remember that that we're all trying to make this work as a society, and civilization used to be bullshit. Civilization used to be just a vicious climb up the ladder. Step on people's heads on your way up.
Slavery.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't thinking of that, but that's exactly right. And that we still have some of that ugliness from our previous society, here with us, and we have to acknowledge that as well. But we're trying to do better, and so when something's like a little inconvenient, well, get over yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly, and well, for example, racism. Of course, it's Black History Month, so we gotta bring this up.
Yes.
For example, Beyonce. Beyonce is from, Houston, Texas. Granted, she grew up, I think, middle class. Her mom and dad were, they had money and stuff.
Right.
It wasn't until, her and the girls from Destiny's Child were getting into singing, then they started selling cars and, she's always, but she knows her roots. She knows that she's a black woman now.
Yeah. And from the South, she made that clear in formation.
Yeah, it's
Mother,
like
Alabama. My father Alabama, my mom Louisiana. Mix that Negro with the Creole, and you get a Texas Bama.
Yeah, exactly. It's but to the rest of the world, it's like she's not black. Mm-hmm. She's Beyonce.
Right, exactly.
I mean, my friend Louise. Hey, Louise, what's up? She said that she started working out. She stopped smoking. She actually she wanted to get Beyonce's dancer legs. She started looking thick and and stuff like that. So yeah, Beyonce. People don't care. I mean, in Hollywood and here in the North, in the North, you know, they don't care what Beyonce is. You know, they don't consider her black. You know, that was like a joke for a while. You know, Beyonce's black.
Yeah.
But,
so yeah, no, I was gonna say that was actually a feature on Saturday Night Live after the Super Bowl. After that whole controversy,
that.
Remember?
Oh yeah,
the day
I remember
that Beyonce turned black.
Yeah, but of course, when she gets into the rural areas of her home state of Texas, or the rural states of Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee, those backwards country folks, not to knock those people, but they can still consider her a nigger. Yeah, they're like, so what if you're rich? You're still a nigger.
Right. But yeah, I mean that just proves the pervasive nature of racism, and you know, they said it on Scandal, something that you know, that a lot of black people, I'm guessing, have heard all their lives, is, you know, you have to be twice as good to get half as far.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, and that's the thing. Beyonce knows that she's still black. I mean, unlike, well, for example, did you ever watch that O.J. Simpson miniseries thing?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to.
That's well, O.J. Simpson, he was quoted in the past as saying, even before the murder trial, this is when he was a football player and stuff. He said, "I'm not black. I'm O.J." And you know, it's like, yeah, in society, in white society, in Hollywood, and sports world, yeah, you're just OJ.
Right.
But when it comes to the law, and, you know, when it comes, especially if you're in a southern state where it still has some racial tendencies, and, you know, you're still a nigger. Right. So, you know, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, and that ties into the get over yourself as well. Like, you know, yes, you can. We should acknowledge and be grateful when Black people and other minorities are able to be successful. We should acknowledge it. We should celebrate it. You know, but yeah, the other thing is that some of them, you know, lose track of the struggle that they came from. Or even if it wasn't a struggle, even if you personally didn't struggle because you were rich, you know, your parents did, you know what I mean? And like you said, their skin color is still there, and that could still be a problem if they go down south or whatever. So yeah, you can't think that, you know, you can't make the mistake of thinking that that you're above it. You know, you should do what you can to make the situation better for everyone else, but you can't make the mistake of thinking you're you know, above that. And you know, another good example is was it Wyclef? Yeah, Wyclef Jean, I think. He was you know, interviewed recently, and oh shit, it might have been Little John. One of those, either Wyclef, I think it was Little John, was interviewed, and you know, they were asked about the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and he was like, well, you know, he's like, well, I don't get that, you know, this and that. He's like, you know, please don't treat me bad. Why should I care? It's like, oh boy, you know,
I'm sure you're not thinking of Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, when he said, like, the only lives that matter are my bitches.
yeah, that type of thing. Yeah, thank you, Lil Wayne. Okay, I'm glad we have to get the person right.
You just think all black people look alike.
Oh, here
no,
we go.
I'm kidding.
Thank you. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so Lil Wayne, he said that, and you know, that's you know, that's a good example, because no, sorry, you know, like, you know, just because you're treated well and no cops ever, you know, got on you. I mean, you should think about the people, you know, back where you grew up from. You should think about, you know, your parents that probably that may have clashed with cops, you know, in their day. You should think about. Should think about all the children that might still have that problem, you know, and in the future. Like, we're already in, you know, 2017, and, you know, and we're, you know, rightfully, complaining about how much is still a problem, for minorities in our country. Think about what that means. That means that in the future, that might still be a problem if we don't work on it right now. You know what
exactly.
I mean? And so think about all those kids, we're outraged to say, oh, it's 2017 and this is happening. Think about those kids in the future that, it might be like, oh, this is 2027 and this is happening. This is 2037 and this is still happening.
Yeah, exactly. It's, especially with, and also black people can also be racist too. Like, for example, the, those 4 kids who kidnapped that little, kidnapped that disability kid and posted on Facebook and beat him up and tortured him.
Beat him up, and that is horrendous. And I don't care if if most of us might agree with their politics. That's not a good way to go.
Yeah,
and it was racially motivated. I don't want to say that they were racist or anything, but it was a racially motivated
it's definitely
attack.
Racially motivated. And plus, as a person, well, we're 2 people with disabilities, Asperger's, but that kid, was tortured and and plus they were denied bail. So, as a matter of fact, they actually got a mugshot of one of the girls that was crying.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because because she knows. Well, of course they're gonna go to jail. There's, as a matter of fact, this reminds me of that Dennis Miller joke. He says that there should be 3 verdicts. There should be guilty, not guilty, and what, are you shitting me?
Right.
Yeah,
and so putting it up on social media like that was ridiculous. And so and even if you take out the morality, even if it's not a question, I think it's very immoral what they did. But even if you take out the morality, it's stupid because you're gonna get caught.
Yes, and plus these kids are they're all facing like 20 years in prison. Yeah, for kidnapping and assault, and especially
that's a lot.
Yeah, especially the boys in the video too. Oh yeah, they're gonna get a real dose of reality because they're gonna get fucked up the ass with. And they're not, and the prisoners aren't going to actually have the courtesy of giving them Vasaline.
You sound like the mayor of Maine, giving it to the people without the benefit of Vaseline.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that's a whole thing. They were racially motivated and did something very terrible. And then you have all sorts of people that also have done terrible things to minorities. The Charleston church shooter, right?
Oh yeah, that psychotic fuck.
Yep. That was horrendous to hear about, and I would not have. I don't know if I would have been able to keep my sanity if he had not had a better verdict. But yeah, he is actually. I also don't agree with the death penalty, but he's getting the death penalty, and say la vie to that because we had to have someone go down for something as horrendous as that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit, again, not agreeing with the death penalty, but that is a little bit of hard justice that that needs to be served for other instances like that have gone unpunished for too long.
Oh yeah, exactly. And plus, he was talking about how he doesn't like blacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was very blatant. I mean, that's the other thing is that we there was no muddiness there. We knew it was a racially motivated attack. And he pretended to be someone interested in their church, in order to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's going to find himself in a prison where the majority is black. Not that it's a good thing. And he's going to find himself getting fucked up the butt with no Vaseline.
Back to that. Anyway, so yeah, get over yourself, and especially with racial issues. Oh yeah, so since we're on that topic, that's where get over yourself comes in as well. A lot of right wing people are like, oh, political correctness gone amok, blah blah blah. No, like, get over yourself. I'm sorry, it's inconvenient that you can't say some choice words, but I mean, come on, this is the entire weight of history. This is in the entire weight of slavery, of genocide, of all the terrible things from our country. You can suck it up and silence yourself from saying terrible, horrendous words that will only that A, are immoral, given what they mean, and B, will could get your ass kicked.
Oh, absolutely. Preach on, man. Preach on. Yeah. And now we're going to get into our third and final debate. And this one is more towards the movies because, as you all know, the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey is out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's got me really thinking, are we going to see, like, erotic thrillers make a comeback? Because they were everywhere in the late 80s and early 90s, even the ones that weren't really good.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was thinking when you said this, I was like, it'd be helpful, for everyone to have a little definition of erotic thriller.
It's like the movie where it's like there's a femme fatale and, there's like a, like, is she the murderer or did she do it? And, it's almost, you see it in, well, first it started with Fatal Attraction, Glenn Close being a psychotic bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, and of course Michael Douglas fucking her in the sink, in the bed, and then in the elevator. And of course cooking the rabbit, which was sad. And then there was, let's see what else. There was Basic Instinct, which we talked about earlier. That movie, you can put it on today, it'll still be sexy. Let's see. There was...
I was just thinking, there was like, I don't know much about it. I don't know if it was War of the Roses count.
War of the Roses. What was that movie about?
No, remember that? Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, it's about a couple that were together, I guess, but then things go south, and anyway, they're literally at each other's throats and want to kill each other.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah. Anyway, it probably doesn't count, but let's move on.
Yeah, and there was also Body of Evidence, which is one of Madonna's worst movies ever. But it was still sexy as fuck, especially when you watch the uncut version, getting her pussy eaten and using bondage and using the candles. And then there was the body chemistry films with Sherry Starrick and the one sequel with Shannon Tweed. And then Shannon Tweed made some good ones too, like I forget which ones I don't know the name of them right now, but there's a few that were just pure on sexy, and I've seen movie versions. I've seen the full movie versions, and I get a boner just looking at them.
Right. All right. So we're asking if that's making a comeback. Well, I think there's a few different elements to that. Obviously 50 Shades of Grey is very popular, The thing is it necessarily an erotic thriller? It's definitely erotic, and we've talked about this before. We talked about when the first movie came out that that it definitely has shows the violent edge, that you can play around with in sex, but I don't know if it's a thriller is the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think the second one's more of a thriller because of the stalker.
Yeah, that looks very fascinating, and so I do want to see it. Yeah. So then, if that second one is a thriller, then we can put it in there, because I think that has more of the potentially has more of the elements of the thriller that we're talking about. First of all, the mystery. What's up with the stalker? What was Christian doing before, right? And then what's she gonna do? Is she gonna try and kill? What's her character's name?
Dakota Johnson's character?
Yeah.
I forget, but she's hot.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, is she gonna try and kill her? Is she gonna, try and kill Christian? Or is she actually onto something, trying to give this woman, more information about his past? So yeah, I think that might qualify as a thriller, and therefore we can ask, is the erotic thriller back? I'm not sure that it is, just because I think that there's definitely a lot of sexy movies, and there's definitely a lot of thrillers. Some of them don't.
Yeah, matter of fact, one of the Jonas Brothers starred in one. I forget what it is. It's on Stars on Demand, but
okay. I was about to say, some of them don't seem so good right now. So that might be an example of one.
Yeah, because back in the day, those were like the type of movies that you would be watching. It was like close to this was as close to softcore porn as you got when you were a kid, and those were the movies like you'd watch when you were like that would come on late night on Cinemax and HBO and stuff, and oh man, there was even movies like 9.5 Weeks. There was the Last Seduction. There. Yeah, part 1 and 2. Part 1 was better than part 2. Mm-hmm. And, then, of course, you had Basic Instinct 2. It was a bad movie, but the sex was awesome. Right. Showgirls, again, the movie you love to hate. That was a bad movie, but the sex in that movie was good. Especially my favorite one when Elizabeth Berkley's character is doing a lap dance for Gina Gershon's boyfriend. And, she's there butt-ass naked, and she's simulating sex, she's fucking the shit out of him. And he actually came in his pants.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
I mean, I haven't been to a strip club in a long time, but the next time I go, I want her to do that kind of dance, like the kind of one that will just make me come in my pants.
Oh lordy. Yeah. So anyway, we could definitely talk about sexy movies all day. Because I'm right there with you on that. But yeah. Erotic thrillers. I'm not sure. I don't think they are back, unless there's more to come. You know what I mean? Like, unless they kind of follow in the footsteps of 50 Shades Darker. Is the new one out. Let's see, because I feel like there was another movie that came out recently that also kind of matches that. But yeah,
the Nymphomaniac. Oh yeah, there's the Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2.
Oh.
Where that was the movie where the actors were actually having real sex.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen bits and clips of that one. Mm-hmm. And I've actually seen movies where they've actually kind of like where it does look like they're having real sex. Like for example, there was that one movie that Meg Ryan did. It was a bad movie. It's the one she did with.
Not the one where she had that simultaneous that random orgasm at the table.
No. It wasn't that one. That was a comedy.
Yeah.
This was in like the early 2000s. It was one where she played a school teacher who's trying to help a cop get a serial killer. Okay. And she actually there's a scene where she walks in on the dude on a dude getting a blowjob, and they actually show the dude's dick, like for a few seconds, like actually a girl sucking the dude's dick. Right. And I was like, whoa, shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then
there is an article I read where it's like the 15 or the 20 times where they actually did it on screen.
Oh yeah, yeah. There have been they have actually there have been some movies where people have actually done it on screen and stuff. In fact, let's see, what was another? Oh, there was actually one movie. I forget the name of it, but it starred Chloe 70. She's the girl who was in she was in the movie Kids with Rosario Dawson. That was like Rosario Dawson's first movie. She was also in Big Love. She played the conservative blonde. She was also in Boys Don't Cry, playing Hilary Swank's girlfriend. Yeah, there was actually a scene where she's actually sucking the dude's dick,
right?
And you can actually he's just. You actually see a little bit of the dude's dick,
right?
Too,
right. So it's you'd think that they couldn't really fake that. Anyway, we're off topic here. So yeah, erotic thrillers. Obviously, I would like to see some. You know what I mean? I would like to see more and see that make a comeback. Just not sure if they're going to. Oh, okay. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Fight Club. Is that one?
No, that's more of a action drama.
That's true. That's true. But I am thinking of the scenes where he is just fucking her crazy. Remember, and he and the dude. I guess they don't really show it that much except for like one little bit. But remember when the dude comes home and the whole house is just shaking how much they're fucking.
I gotta watch that.
You gotta watch it again. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to watch that again. But yeah, and plus, Nicole Eggert did one with the two Coreys, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget the name of that one too. Mm-hmm. But there's just been a lot of great. I mean, those are a lot of great, erotic thrillers, and they actually inspired I don't know if you've seen this martial arts movie called Naked Killers.
No.
Yeah, it was directed by I can't believe why am I blanking out on the name, but the director he directed Jackie Chan and City Hunters.
Okay.
And it was really a mix between like martial arts movies and like Basic Instinct type of sex, and
right.
They actually showed like a girl masturbating and the dude masturbating too. The dude, by the way, is Simon Yam. He was in Tomb Raider and.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, he was also in a few films with Jackie Chan and Donnie Yen. But yeah, it's but yeah, that's another good one too. It's also there. Right. Oh yeah, also there was Dress to Kill, the Angie Dickinson movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was in 1980. Actually, I guess you could say that was really the movie that kind of started it. Yeah, plus that starred the Nancy Allen from RoboCop.
Right.
There was also in the movie you could see Dennis Franz, a young Dennis Franz playing a cop before NYPD Blue. And nice. Let's see, there was also Melanie Griffith's movie.
So okay, you made me think of something, which is James Bond. That's an interesting thing because it's more of an action movie.
Yeah.
But some, depending on the movie and whatever, some of them are a little bit thriller, and obviously sex is involved. So, what would you say about that?
The sex, it's not good, but it's not good.
Right.
Like you don't actually see the like you really want to see James Bond and her just like absolute just fuck the shit out of each other.
Right, exactly. I was talking about is it a thriller? For me, I think that it is erotic, but it's not a thriller. But anyway, it's definitely not as whatever. I was thinking. Oh damn it! Yeah, that's also not a thriller, but Original Sin. Remember Original Sin?
Oh yeah, actually that is an erotic thriller.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That is
okay. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we finally found one that was made more recently.
Oh yeah, the sex. I think the sex could have been better, especially when it's Angelina Jolie. There was another
But
one.
they definitely had a lot more, moments of like the actual sex and whatever.
Yeah, there was another one called Talking to Strangers with Antonio Banderas and Rebecca De Mornay. Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sex scene.
Yeah, he's a spicy meatball, if I must say.
He's from Spain. Oh, now you think all Italians look alike now?
Oh, here we go.
No, let's see, another good one. This one also starred Antonio Banderas and Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Oh, Romaine Stamos?
Yeah, Rebecca Romaine Stamos. It was,
she's also very attractive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't believe I'm blanking out on the name of that one, too. But it was a good one, especially, it was a sex scene where, like, they fucked on the pool table.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, after she was, like, giving one of the dudes a lap dance. And, it was Femme Fatale. That was the name of the movie.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, and that's the classic name of an erotic thriller, and like femme fatale is like a type of character that should always be in an erotic thriller. So that's like the classic erotic thriller name.
Oh yeah, most definitely, and of course Sharon Stone, she starred in another another erotic thriller. She actually starred in a few. There was one she did where her and a friend of hers they did like they committed a murder, and she was fucking the other girl's husband. I forget the name of that. And then there was Silver, which was a bad movie, but the sex scenes with Alec Baldwin's brother, Stephen Baldwin, the one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one who later on became. No, wait, it was one of the Baldwin brothers, but there was actually one scene where like she had no underwear on, and she goes into his apartment, and the dude is naked, puts her up against one of like a pole or something, and it's just anal fucking her. I could tell it was anal. Oh yeah, you could definitely tell it was anal. You know what I'm saying? And
Sharon Stone. Then she definitely has a history of this stuff as well.
Oh yeah, in fact.
Side note: did you hear she wanted to kiss Halle Berry in Catwoman, and she complained about it.
Really?
Yes.
Damn. Oh man, that might have made the movie much better.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and and also did you actually see her in Basic Instinct 2?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time.
Well, remember in the beginning of Basic Instinct 2, this driver that is like a soccer player. She drugged him and like she's driving, and she licks his middle finger, puts his middle finger inside of her, and she's driving fast, and he's like making her come, finger banging her, and she's like and they drive her off and right out into the river.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I mean, the sex scenes could have been better, but actually the sex scenes are good, but they're not as good as part one.
Hey, got it.
As a matter of fact, that actually reminded me. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
We have to wrap it up.
Yeah, again, here's a little wet dream. It actually involves Mother Monster. Well, I had this dream that I was Batman, right? And and I opened the Batmobile, and she's in there, and she goes, "Hi," and then all of a sudden she takes out her vibrator, and she is vibrating as the Batmobile is going fast. She's like, oh, and then she goes, oh, Batman, oh. And of course I stop, and then of course afterwards she just gets on top of me, and she fucks the shit out of me, cowgirl style. We talked a lot about sex today.
Oh yes, indeed.
Yeah, I got a boner.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, next show we'll talk more about fighting. All right, so it's Valentine's Day. People.
Yeah,
give us a break.
Exactly. Yeah, some of us have to go to work, so I can't get a boner. But
yes.
Anyway.
All right, so we're gonna end it there. Go to youtube.com/Bloody Knuckles TV. Also, we did our pilot show on Scott TV, and be sure to watch us on Scott TV when we start filming some more episodes.
All right.
And from Beantown to your town, this is Beantown Beatdown. Matthew Burris,
Dave Shamus
saying Happy Valentine's Day.